Sportsman Nationals.
Santa
Pod, round 2 at the VWDRC Championship. This weekend, chasing 11s yet again. Where did we were supposed to do the test day yesterday. Unfortunately, we could not get the car to start because the battery was flat. Dickhead here, forgot to take the negative off. Tip for anyone fitting a Cartec, which is a lovely system, it has 2 LED bulbs that flash away constantly. If you leave the battery terminal on for those 2 weeks, those 2 lights are flashing away and will drain your battery. And if you've got a 16-volt battery like I have, when they're flat, they take a day to recharge. So I missed out completely on my paid day of practice, which would have really helped. Yesterday's test day, which one of the reasons I wanted to test was because at the main event, if you saw in the last video on my last run, I said to Gordon, I was like, I swear it was misfiring at the top end. He's looked at the logs and said, nope, there's nothing wrong there. He says, the logs never lie. We went out and did Q1 today, exactly the same as main event. Got to 3rd gear and it just falls flat on its face. So Andy's been looking through the logs and he's found that the crank sensor is breaking up and losing signal. So yeah, that's why we're down on power at the top end of the track. So off we go to Motorparts Direct, get a new one of those, and fingers crossed that'll solve our issue for qualifying round number 2.
Quite sure. I think Luke was expecting a Pro Tree then, that's why he launched. Realised and then put his brakes on. Still went 1357 at 109, not quite what he wanted though, and a problem there.
Okay, so end of day 1 qualifying. We got 3 runs in the end. Nothing special to really report. We're still chasing this 11, but for some reason it's just not coming there. So qualifying round number 1, we did a 1274 at 99 miles an hour. As I said, the crank sensor was faulty, so we basically lost all mile an hour at the top end of the track. Q2, once again, I used the staging brake and I went into pre-stage, pulled on the staging brake and lifted the clutch up a little bit, but unfortunately with that paddle clutch, it's basically on or off, and for some reason I just did that and it just pulled me through stage. So I pulled me through, quickly put my foot on the brake, but obviously I'd already red lit by that point, so hit the two-step again and just did a full pass just to get some data. We did a 13:57 at 109 miles an hour, so yay, mile an hour's back there. We're still not back at the 113 where we were before, but a little bit quicker. Qualifying round number 3 was a much better run. Still 1.85 60 foot with a 12:41 at 109. So yeah, consistently slow, losing 4 miles an hour at the moment. And yeah, that's it. Still no 11, but fingers crossed. Tomorrow's another day. So it's Sunday morning. We've had one extra qualifier that we didn't get last night. What did we do from yesterday? We changed a little bit on the map, didn't we? Andy was looking over it yesterday. For some reason we're losing, is it boost at the top end of the
Boost at top end, yeah.
So third just starts tailing off, and then fourth just drops down. Don't know why. So we're looking at that. We adjusted the clutch slipper a little bit, and that made us spin quite a lot actually. So we didn't break anything, but we spun a lot and went 191.64. So that's gone the wrong way. So we need to adjust that back a quarter of a turn, go in the middle of where we were last time. This one was a 12:46 at 109. So again, 109 basically every run. I just don't know where those 4 mile an hour have gone. We've now got James Hodson in qualifying, no, elimination. James Hodson in elimination round number 1. So next run is a race. We're going to have to obviously adjust our dialing now. We'll dial a 12.40 as we've run a couple of 12.4s now. And I suppose if we get close to that, fingers crossed we can beat him. If we go quicker than that, then we'll take that as it will be our quickest run of the weekend. So either way, we'll see how it goes.
Mark 5, I think it is, of Luke Stevenson. Apologies if I've got those wrong. Luke the Don, 12:40 dial-in. James, 10:99. Well, bizarrely, I didn't see Luke move, but he must have done. $11.26, and Luke goes 18:57.
Well, as you can imagine, I was not best pleased getting the red light, considering the car didn't move at all. But it was deemed that I broke the guard beam with something underneath the car. You can see when the car goes into stage, it trips the pre-stage and the full stage with something underneath the car. We're not sure what it was. As you can see under in the photos here, there's just nothing hanging down, but something must have tripped the beams. It's possibly because we've been lowering the tyre pressures just that little bit more, and we've gone below that minimum of 3 inches. We don't know, but unfortunately, as soon as I come up onto the two-step, The car shakes a little bit, as you can imagine. The engine is firing, and whatever that was that tripped the beam initially has probably tripped the guard beam, resulting in us getting a red light and a round one exit. Gutted, as it was going to be a good race. Although saying that, looking at the data, minusing the long time sitting in the 60 foot, it worked out. We approximately ran a 12:34, so we would have lost anyway, breaking out. So we're back at the pits, and straight away we're going to adjust the ride height on the car, lifting it up around about half an inch to an inch on the front end, just to compensate for letting those tyres down a little bit, to make sure this never happens again. So there you go. If you didn't know about the 3-inch rule for staging, now you know. Sometimes you see low cars tripping the beams, and you know exactly why. So that's enough for this video. Next time you see us, we'll be back at street races on the dyno. Let's see if we can make some consistent power. See you in the next video. Oh, actually, I need a...
You need it up here somewhere. You need it pointing down from the ceiling to get rid of your chin.
So my chin's big.
I would say you got more chins than the Chinese folk bloke.
I'm right. Constitutes some bullying, that does, I think.
Bullying?
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. I'll go get you a safe place, shall I?
Yeah.